everybody, Cody McCandless with Timberline Inspection Services. As far as windows are concerned with a standard home inspection, they are a very important part for a few reasons. One of which, we care about the energy efficiency of the window, meaning how much heated air or conditioned air is lost through it. Then also there's emergency egress, which is the ability for you to open and exit that window in a case of emergency. And then ventilation as well. That's most importantly in bathrooms where there's no vent fan. It used to be acceptable for an operable window to be used as adequate ventilation. But when I go into a home and I start my standard inspection, the main things I'm looking for is cracked window panes, because obviously that is defective, it is damaged, and the window could actually fall out. Then I'm also looking at the locking mechanisms. I need to know that that window can be locked and made secure. And then also, of course, the ability for that window, as I said, to open and close. The one we're going to talk about today is actually a double hung window. But the different types are actually, the common ones that you see are a window that has a crank at the bottom and actually opens outward and to the right or the left. That is called a casement window. Then in the reverse, you actually have windows with a crank at the bottom as well, but that open up and out. That's called an awning window, just like an awning over a door. And then you've also got where they open out and down, and that is called a hopper window. But as I said, the ones today that we're going to talk about are double hung windows. And what that means is that each of these sections, the bottom sash and the top sash, actually move. The bottom sash can go up to open, and the top sash can go down to open. Another way of categorizing windows is actually an older one. You don't hear it much anymore. But when they used to make window panes, they actually had to make them individually hand blown. So most of the panes were very small, and they were usually rippled. You could not actually see out of them. They were strictly for letting light in. But that being said, as time went on, windows started being categorizing by the amount of individual panes in the top over the amount of individual panes in the bottom. So for example, this window is a 4/1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over one larger pane. Since the panes used to be much smaller, you started with things like 9/9, where there would be 9 little square panes up top and 9 little square panes at the bottom. But a process started in the early 1900s allowed them to make them clearer and larger. It became standard for you to see very few at the top and 1 at the bottom, or 2 solid pieces. And now, of course, you have entire single piece pane windows, some of which that don't even open, and those are called photograph windows. Now on newer windows, the way that they open and close in the sides here, there will actually be metal tracks along with sometimes metal chain inside, where the windows will slide up and down, click into place. It holds them steady and allows them to open and close. Probably about the past 40 to 50 years you'll see that. But these windows are 1920s, and the reason why I want to talk about these is because they have a very interesting method of operation. If you can see this cord, this is actually called a sash cord, and the window rides this cord. Attached to these sash cords in each side of the window is one of these. Now this system is called a counterbalance system. These weights, as I said, 2 on each side, would be relatively together the same weight as the pane and the sash that needed to be moved up and down, so that when you opened it, it balanced each other out and would not go either flying up or flying back down. But these older systems are very nice to look at. They can be kept up and they can be somewhat upgraded to be more energy efficient. So there's no reason just to automatically get rid of them. In this house, they actually will all be updated with reproduced windows that actually look just like them, but they're newer. They'll have the metal tracks, and that'll really help the energy efficiency of this home. And that's all we have for this week. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. I'm Cody McCandless with Timberline Inspection Services.